Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we have a box, a really big box, so big that I had to mount my camera up really high and you can see how untidy my desk is. So, in this box should be 3 graphics cards, and they are all supposed to be broken. So these 3, I bought them from another member of Team Hardware Reactor Reloaded, and they are all Asus Matrix cards, and they don't detect anymore. They should be 2 GTX 580s and 1 HG7970, and my hope is that I can repair at least some of these, and then, you know, have something to play around with. And the ones that I can't repair, you know, maybe I have something to practice soldering on, because I do want to try like proper BGA rework soon-ish. Like, I have a setup mostly together, I'm still waiting on some parts. So yeah, that's why I got these cards, because like, they weren't super cheap. I paid 75 euros for them, but like, it's 3 Matrix cards, which if I can get these back up and running, they are worth way more than that. So yeah, I just went for it, and I guess let's unbox the entire thing. Oh, this is like one of those that open up on the side. I went through all the effort of removing the shipping labels, and then I didn't even need to go through there. Okay. Alright, that should be it. There's some ads. That should be our cards. Oh, they're being shipped without the heatsink? I mean, I didn't ask. But that looks like it's just the bare PCB, not even I/O shield. Oh, these are like used. Okay, yeah. So that's one of the 580s, the backplate is loose. 1080 core, that's pretty good actually. Yeah, so these were probably abused quite a bit on LN2. So who knows what state the core is in. It's quite possible that like the core is ruined, or some other stuff. Like maybe it just needs a bath in the ultrasonic. I've had more luck with that than I should have. So let's see what the rest is. Maybe this is the heat. Oh yeah, this looks like it's just the heatsink. So we have another backplate here, another 580. And this is probably the heatsink. Yep. Oh no, wait, this is actually a 7970 heatsink, because you can see that part. Because the 7970s have recessed dies, well, some of them. So that's the heatsink for the 7970. Okay, let's see what this is. It says dead on it in German. And this one's missing the backplate. Okay, so this is gonna be the other 580. It doesn't have the base plate either, which I guess is not too bad. Like, these things don't need VRM cooling because they have a massive 8-phase. But like, I would like to have the base plate for at least one of them. I'm gonna take a look at that, and then this is probably the 7970 PCB, or whatever. Yeah, this is the... Wait, did I get 2 7970 heatsinks? Oh, this is a 7970 Platinum as well. And this one seems more in original condition still. Well, this one has the base plate at least. Okay. So I guess I didn't get the base plates for the 580s. Not that big of a bummer. I'm just wondering why I got 2 7970 heatsinks. Have you ever had a project that just needed one more part for completion that's proving too difficult or specific to make or find for sale? It may be time for a visit to PCBWay. PCBWay specializes in prototyping and custom orders for anything from CNC milling to laser sintering 3D printing, and of course also PCB manufacturing. All you need to do is upload your design files to the PCBWay website and enter a few more requirements for your order, and you can have a quote ready in minutes and parts shipping out within 24 hours. PCBWay also cultivates a maker-focused community with frequent events and easy-to-find support. Right now they are hosting the 8th Project Design Contest, focused on electronic, mechanical and AIoT projects. Submission is open until January 31st, 2026, and the prizes range from cash and coupons to Raspberry Pis to multimeters. Many thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring my channel. Their support helps out immensely with bringing you more ambitious projects that I just wouldn't be able to tackle otherwise. Now with all that said, let's return to where we left off. Okay, so let's take a closer look at all of these. So yeah, like this is the... because that's a 7970 heatsink. Like this is the 7970 mounting spacing. So I guess I just have a spare now. Like these heatsinks are not great anyway. Yeah, so this is a 580, which is a different mounting spacing. They don't align. Okay, so no base plates, sadly. Unless these things just didn't have a base plate, which I wouldn't be surprised about. Like it would... no, like the VRM would have had a heatsink at least. Okay, so we don't care about the heatsink. We probably also don't care about the back plate. So yeah, I'm gonna bring the camera a bit closer now. So we can see what's going on. So, first things first. I put the other card somewhere. So the 7970 here, I already have one of these. Actually, I have two of these. So I bought one, and I had it on cold once, and then it died. It's stuck on B2, like it won't initialize. And then someone, like a viewer of the channel, offered, because they had like them lying around and didn't need all of them, offered to send me one, just like that. And they did send one, and then that card also arrived broken, like it must have died in transit. I still have that card somewhere, so maybe with that one and this one I can build like one working one. But yeah, so this is a platinum, which is cool, because my original one isn't one, and I don't know what the other one I got sent one was, but the platinum's like, you know, it's the higher bint one. So yeah, this is potentially quite decent. This one also seems like it's still... like this one doesn't look like it was abused on LN2. So this one might just have a very simple defect. So chances of repairing this one look good, I guess. I'll just have to check with like the other two I have. Like with three of these PCBs, I can probably assemble one that works. So yeah, I'm not gonna go too into this because I already have like a full video covering this PCB on my original card. So yeah, actually I have my original card sitting on the table, so I can just show it to you. Here, this is the PCB. So this is my OG card. This is not a plat. But yeah, you have a very big 8-phase, which looks like a 16, but it's actually an 8. Or actually, is it? I'm not too sure, because the controller is an 8-phase. But these drivers could also, they are IR3598s. These can also be in doubling mode, I think. So this might actually be a 16-phase. I don't know if it's running in doubling mode or just in, you know, just dual driving mode. I guess checking the... yeah, no, the switch nodes are independent, so this might actually be like an actual 16 phase. So yeah, a pretty overkill VRM for 7970. It is using the... I forgot what these are called, but these are dual NFETs. They have some history of liking to blow up quite a lot. Not really on this card, but on the 780 Ti Matrix and the 980 Ti Matrix, and I think also the 290X Matrix, they tend to melt down sometimes. So these are not the greatest dual NFETs. I think they are 40 amps rated, but since you have 16 of them, it's just kind of like, you know, a 7970 is not going to max this out. So yeah, VRM is pretty nice. Yeah, and I just hope like this one, this one doesn't initialize. It's stuck on B2, so the core is probably just done, or something like that. Like, it's not a BIOS issue and anything. I did a lot of troubleshooting with this already, and there's just no way to get this thing to post. So I think the core is just dead. Like, something I did made it die. It might have been GPU tweak, because I was using the GPU tweak to change the voltage, and that might have just like shot 2 volts into the core for a bit, and that would just bake it. So yeah, like maybe I can take, I don't know, like if this had a VRM failure or something, maybe I can take a good core from this one and put it on the other card. So yeah, not gonna say that much more about this card. Again, like I already have a video covering like the PCB. The more exciting things are these two. So the 580 Matrix cards, and this other one. So I'm slightly disappointed that I don't get the base plate, which means no VRM cooling. But like, they can figure something out. You can probably run this VRM naked, like it should be fine. So yeah, like this one doesn't have the base plate either. And like, there was definitely a base plate on here, because you can see like the silicon oil residue on here. So yeah, I can figure something out. Are these both matrix plats? These are also platinums. So yeah, they probably have binned cores, though. Like, this one looks like the core is just gonna be dead, quite honestly. This one very, very likely went under LN2 and just died, is probably what happened. Well, like, you know, actually, I have my multimeter right here. Let's just check the fuses, because that would be like a laughably simple fix if it just blew a fuse. Because this thing has fuses. Like, this is from back when Asus actually put fuses on their cards. So let's go into diode mode and let's just check. PCIe fuse. That one's still good. 8-pin 1, that one's still good. 8-pin 2, also still good. Okay, so it's not the fuses. So this is not getting detected for some other reason. Like, these are all described as no detect, which is technically like the easiest kind to fix, because no detect cards are usually just that like some VRM is not turning on. And those are like typically easy fixes, because usually it's just gonna miss enable because some transistor died, or it's gonna miss power because like some capacitor shorted and it's like draining the 3.3 volts it needs away, and like that's not enough current to really cause a short circuit that like burns stuff, so it's just gonna have like one capacitor that gets really hot, like I had a 1060 like that. So it could be stuff like that. Like, no detect cards, typically easy fixes, but seeing how abused this one was, there's a good chance the core is just grenaded. So I'm gonna see. But like, this would be like the perfect test subject then, because if the core is dead, I'm just gonna like get a random 580 that has a decent core, but is on like a reference PCB or something, and I'm gonna try swapping the core out, because like this VRM is, yeah, like this is pretty good. Like this has the same thing going on. This is like also a split, like the controller again is an 8-phase, it's the same controller as on the DirectCU2. And what are these drivers? I can't really read what they are. Maybe you can see it on camera, I can't really see it IRL, what they are. These are UP somethings. So it might be the same thing, they might be doublers, they might just be dual drivers, I don't know. So this could be a fat 8-phase, or it could be a true 16-phase. Don't know. And it's essentially a very similar VRM to the direct CO2. Like the direct CO2 is an 8-phase, but it just has 2 high sides and 2 low sides in each phase. So like it's basically those, like you combine every 2 phases of this and you get a direct CO2. The thing that differs here is that this has like the additional overclocking features. So this would have like working software voltage control, and it has like the buttons. And I don't know if the direct CO2 has like these control points over here. So it is pretty similar to the direct CO2, which is why I never got any of these. Oh yeah, and it also has like disable OCP, power PWM fan. Power PWM fan? What? Does this thing have like a... I don't know. I don't know what that last pad is for. But yeah, like I never got any of these because like they're kind of rare. And the direct CO2 is like, the VRM is basically identical. Just this one is technically more phases if it's in doubling mode. But like in terms of how much power it can push, it's like exactly the same as the direct CO2, which is why I never got any of these, because like they're kind of rare and kind of expensive. But now where like 2 of them fall into my lap for really cheap. Like I paid like 23-ish euros for each of these, and I'm thinking like, yeah, it's like at least for the VRM that's already worth it. Like I can, worst case, I can turn this into an e-power because it should be the same process as a regular direct CO2. So yeah. And then we have the other card. I guess I can get a screwdriver. And like we could also try removing the backplate from this one, because it really only seems to be on these few. But I'm just like, honestly, I think this one's probably just gonna be a dead core. Like I can see the pink tint in the thermal paste there. That's probably Cryonaut Extreme, which you only use when you put this thing on LN2. Yeah, nothing special here. The backside probably looks just fine. Yeah. There's one thing that I noticed about the Matrix, which is that there's not a whole lot of output filtering going on. Like you get this. And you get the prod-lyzer behind the core, and that's kind of it. Like the direct CO2 has, it has a bunch of like this style of capacitor in the output filter as well, and the Matrix seems to just not have that. Which I'm not entirely sure why. Like, usually NVIDIA cards like more output filter, but like maybe the extra, like this being a true 16 phase might help with that. I don't know. If I get it working, I might cap mod it. So, yeah. But this is probably, like, I'm thinking it's gonna be dead core card. Like, honestly, I think this one probably just died to LN2 abuse. So, yeah, this would be like a candidate for me trying to swap large BGA chips on it. Because I have a reference 580 that I tried to e-power and I broke something on it. Like the memory is weird now. So that one has a really good core. I think that one also did like 1080-ish. So I could try swapping that core on this PCB if this core ends up turning out dead. Yeah, and I guess let's take a look at the second one. This one has an IHS on it, but it looks like that IHS wasn't always on there. Oh no! Oh no! It's not. It did the thing. Yeah, this one also has Cryonaut Extreme on it. This one looks cleaner though. Yeah, okay, so this one's, like, they've been deleted, which is normal. The 7970 might also have been de-shimmed. And yeah, this is what the heatsink did. This is like, yeah. I'm not a fan of these heatsinks, because this is another thing that they like to do. VRM looks a bit dirty. Like, I'm just gonna throw these through the ultrasonic. Oh, this one has a different capacitor. It has the yellow ones instead. Huh. Like, this has the high endurance one, and then this one has a... That's interesting. Like, what's the serial numbers on these? This is 788, this is 259, so I guess this is like a later one. They're both on Samsung eDie, 1 gigabit, unless these are 3 gig cards, which I don't think they are. I think only the Lightning XE was a 3 gig. Yeah, I mean, let's also check the fuses on this one. Like, we can do that. Maybe we just find a blown one, and then this would be like a super easy fix, because I just need to find like some dead MOSFET down the line, replace it, and we're good. So, let's try. That one's good. That one's also good. And this one's also good. So the fuses are not the problem. So yeah. Again, same thing. This might just have a grenaded core. Or maybe the BGA is destroyed. This sometimes happens. Like when you put the LN2 port on it, it puts a lot of pressure on it. But looking into the sides, I don't really see any crushed BGA balls. I've had some... I had one GTX 580 Lightning once that had like a super messed up BGA. And it ended up dying to that because the BGA just went too messed up. So I don't have that card anymore, but that might also be a thing. But yeah, so now I am 3 graphics cards richer, which is becoming a problem because I counted them a while ago, and like I have about 80 of them now, which is a higher number than it probably should be. So yeah, like I hope I can get one of the 580s working, because like I want to do more stuff with like Fermi cards, but I can't really find the motivation, because like I don't have any reference 580. Like I want to mess with reference PCBs because they're just fun to mess with, or I would have like a nice high-end overclocking one. And I have a lot of direct CO2s, but they're having some issues. I have 2 Lightnings, but I'm afraid to run them because they also have a bit weird behavior, which might be BGA issues. And then with 480s, I only have a bunch of reference cards, which are all kind of sketchy. So, yeah, like, I mean, these are also sketchy. But if I can get one of these working, I might try running that card pretty hard. So yeah, like I hope I can get one of these working, and like I said, I'm trying to get like large BGA rework things done. Like I'm basically copying ASIC again, if you know him. He's like one of my overclocking friends. He's how I got invited to the bench meets. And like I'm basically copying his setup, and he successfully has swapped GPU cores. Not as big as this one, I think, but not that far off. So I'm gonna try practicing with like some garbage cards first, and then like I can try swapping cores on this, and I have a whole bunch of cards which need like new cores or like new memory modules, and I can maybe finally get around repairing those, because swapping anything bigger than a MOSFET has always been like, yeah, I don't really have the equipment for that for me. But now I'm gonna get the equipment for that, so that's gonna be kind of cool. And then with the 7970, who knows? This one might be the best chance, because it looks like it's been the least abused. Like this genuinely looks like this is just a binning reject. Like the person I bought this from like got this off eBay and then ran it, and like before it got any LN2 done, it died, or it just arrived dead or something like that. So this one probably didn't have any LN2 abuse on it, because it doesn't look like it. So decent chance maybe to fix this, depending on what's wrong with it. Again, they're all described as no detect, and I know that both of these generations, they tend to still display things when like the memory's messed up or memory controller's messed up. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get these repaired, and I'm terribly sorry for this insanely rambly video. It's just, I just got a bunch of graphics cards and I want to talk about it before they vanish into my collection for like months on end, before I get the time around to work on them. I think I'm gonna start with this 580 because it's the most messed up. I can break the least things on this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like plug these in and see what they do, measure like the voltages, like I'm trying to make some repair videos, like trying to test my skills after some time of not having done any. I think I'm gonna start with this 580 because it just seems to be like the least risk. Yeah, but very like first things first, I'm just gonna put these through the ultrasonic cleaner and clean them, and maybe some of them already come back to life from that, because like there's about like a 30 to 40% chance that happens, like in my track record. But yeah, so I already apologized for being rambly. Sorry. But yeah, there's gonna be a video for these cards as well, like for the PCB and for modding. Actually, do they? This is the one thing I wonder. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have I2C connections. Like, I don't know if this controller even has I2C. It probably doesn't, and that's probably why it doesn't have a connector, because the 7970 has an I2C connector. Yeah, like the mod is going to be very similar to the Direct CO2, but I want to take a... yeah, like I'm going to do like a PCB overview video for this, because it's like it's a bit of a rare card, and it's a bit of a special card, so... yeah, there will be a dedicated video about this one. And this is like the third time I'm trying to end the video, so now I'm really just gonna do it and say thank you all for watching, and until next time, goodbye.